Or yo, what's up? My name is Patrouski. Welcome to my first ever attempt for the Raichu raid on the Ironman account, as well as hopefully the Raichu guide, as well as all things go hopefully well enough to make it a guide. It's gonna be a pretty simple raid, a pretty easy one. It is a 3-star raid. You can find it over at Route 10, one of the easiest locations to get to over at Route 10. There's also tons of information on this raid down in the Raid Den Discord. It's one of the best resources to go to find a lot of these guides right now. It's where I'm getting a lot of this information and finding my own strategies and the cheat sheets, which are probably the most important thing. So here is the cheat sheet for the Raichu raid. I'm going to be P1, which is going to have my Murkrow in slot 5. We have some other people who, like Pole Sitter is going to be P2 because he has his Murkrow in slot 3, so he's gonna be hazing. I'm gonna be hazing. And then we have Iron Kurt in slot P3. He's gonna be tailwinding to lead. And then we have a backup Murkrow with P4, which will end up, we do need Vincer, if you don't mind, switch one of your Pokemon out. We do need an extra Murkrow for this fight on turn 5. We need you to set up Tailwind. Other than that, as long as everybody has a Murkrow and they're throwing up the right moves on the right turns, the fight is really easy. Other than that, it's literally just throw off Earthquake. You can even dig, as you can see, dig is technically meta, I think, but you can just Earthquake. I'm just gonna Earthquake. I don't have to buy a million, dig TMs, but it should be pretty simple. Almost all these Pokemon are gonna be 252 attack EVs, 252 speed. You want 20 to 25 plus attack and speed on almost all these Pokemon. You want Lonely, Naughty, or Adamant Nature, and then you want Earthquake and or Dig. Some items you can use include things like Soft Sand, the Ground Plate. You have I'm using like Expert Belt, Ground Gem, Life Orb, Choice Band for sure. If you have it, you hopefully should have it. Really just want as much damage as possible. The best Pokemon you can get. My Garchomp is Jolly Nature. It's going to do just fine. You don't need the perfect for this raid. I'm feeling this will be a pretty easy one, but maybe we'll see. If you have a Marowak's actually like incredibly good for this raid because it gets Lightning Rod, so it draws all the attacks from the Raichu, as well as you get to use Thick Club on it, so you save an extra item slot, and that really matters. It increases your damage a fair bit, being able to like not go as deep into your move pool or your item pool at some of the 20%, being able to have like cutting this for like a Thick Club, right, would be like insane. Like that would save you so much more damage. So there's some cool things you can do with that. I think that's everything. It's a pretty simple raid. Let's just go ahead and jump into it and see how it plays out. All right, here we are. We're jumping into the Raichu raid. My first attempt on the Ironman account. Hopefully things all go smoothly. It's a pretty simple raid. As long as we do have the one Murkrow lead. Beautiful. Just follow along the cheat sheet. It should be pretty simple. Tailwind on turn 1, Haze on turn 3, and then on turn 5 we have Haze and Tailwind. Other than that, you're just doing damage. So I'm just going to go ahead and click Earthquake and throw off as much damage as possible. It should be a pretty darn quick raid. There's not a whole lot, once again, a whole lot to explain or call out or talk about, so we're just going to go through it step by step. I do get 5.6% damage off there against the Raichu, 6% off from our Mamoswine, just trying to do as much damage as possible. The thing is decently tanky. Like it's crazy that we're not doing max damage. It's still tanky and a tough fight regardless. Big DPS check. Rhyperior gets off 6.2% damage. Nice job, Rhyperior. And so first turn we were able to do 18%. That's really good with a utility lead. I'm feeling pretty safe about this. That's our turn 1. All of our mons should die here, and I'll see you guys on turn 2. All right, we're heading into turn 2 now, and the Raichu didn't even have enough attack to take out my Excadrill. So now we essentially have 7 Pokemon for this fight. I get an extra attack off, getting extra free damage. It's going to make this easy raid even easier. Once again, just tons of Earthquake mons. If you all have Prankster Murkrows, all 4 of you need a Prankster Murkrow. As long as you Tailwind and Haze on the right turns, it's just a cakewalk. Hopefully some secret mechanism doesn't come catch me, but I'm guessing we're just going to Earthquake through this and it'd be pretty darn simple. All right, it is now turn 3, so we do have our Murkrow coming into Haze, which is really important because it's +4 attack, +2 speed. That is a problem. My Excadrill is still alive for some reason, so I've gotten 3 attacks off of 1 Pokemon. That is insane free damage. That's so freaking good. We got our Haze off to get rid of the speed boost on the Raichu. This raid is just going super perfectly, super smoothly. Really good job to my teammates. All right, we're now on turn 4. We're still just doing damage. My Excadrill is still not dead somehow, which is fucking insane. We went and got Soft Sands for this easy peasy fight. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw up Earthquake. I do really want my Excadrill to die here if possible, so that I can bring in my Murkrow next turn to either get off a Tailwind or a Haze. If we don't get it off, I guess you could Haze here. We had one of our Murkrows coming a little early, but that's okay. I would just Haze here, I guess. Because Tailwind's not worn out yet. Yeah, we're gonna like misclick. We could make probably 20 million mistakes in this fight and still win. This fight looks unbelievably piss easy. I could be wrong, but that's how it's going so far. I have the rate is at 39% and I have 6 Pokemon alive. Like might be one of the easiest raids I've ever seen in Pokemon history. It's like insane. Yes, we can just early haze and then next turn. Yep. Hopefully my Exegil goes down. It's still alive. It tanks 2 attacks. Gonna let my teammates live. Oh yeah, sorry. Let me show the boss HP. Excuse me. Next turn. Thanks for the heads up. Next turn, I can safely bring in my Murkrow here and go for a Tailwind, setting back up our Tailwind. This has just been absolutely easy peasy. If my Murkrow happens to live, I also have. It's good to have haze on it so you can like do that, like back that up if you need to. Also, like I don't mind. Spatak boost is whatever. The thing that I'm scared of is the speed boost. The speed boost is the really scary thing in my personal. But now we can just go Tailwind, and just KO this thing in a few turns. All right, here's the next turn. There's not a whole lot to see. I'm just throwing up Tailwind. We're doing damage. This is turn 5, I believe. This is turn 5. We're on turn 5. The boss is at 25% HP or so, and I still have tons of mons in the back. Now, my Murkrow did just get killed, and it did get a speed boost. Things might get a little tricky here. We don't have an extra haze now, but I think we're still going to be fine. So it's super low HP. Hopefully, we can just be fast enough. We'll see how it plays out. I have my Jolly Garchomp in the back. My Rhyperior might be a little bit in a pinch here, but we'll see how it plays. All right, next up, I'm just gonna go Rhyperior next. It's one of my slower mons. I'd rather bring that in now before it gets more speed boost. I might get outsped and killed here by like a Grass Knot or some shit, but if I can just try to get my damage off while I can, that's ideal. Raichu was good. It's only at 18% HP, so it's already getting beaten down. All right, it's now turn 8 or something like that. This thing's super low HP. I'm just gonna bring in my Garchomp, go for an EQ, and this should be the final turn. So once again, this might be one of the easiest raids I've ever done in PokeMMO history. For like, it's just literally just Tailwind and haze on the right turns and just spam Earthquakes, and it's defeated. There we go. Raichu taken care of. The second raid on the Ironman account. Hopefully you guys have a really easy time with this one. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll try to get back to you when possible, and good luck to you guys on your shiny chances and everything. And make sure that if you found this video helpful, go ahead and leave a like on it, dislike if you didn't, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, all that jazz. Just have a great day and good luck in the Pokemon raids. Yo, what's up? Outro Patrouski here. I wanted to take this second to say thank you so much for watching the entire video. It is thanks to people like you I'm able to make the content that I do, as well as everybody whose name is listed here. That's it for me. Have a fantastic day.